What if I told you that in Germany doing your laundry on the wrong day, crossing an empty road, or throwing your trash in the wrong bin can all get you fined or reported? No, this is not a joke. This is everyday life here. And if you stay till the end of the video, I have something very special for you. Hello everyone, my name is Vikas and welcome back to Real Talks with Vikas, a channel where I share real experiences, real challenges and real perspectives. So no sugarcoating, no fluff, just honest conversations about life in Germany, geopolitics and everything in between that actually matters to you. So if that sounds like your kind of content, you are in the right place. Let's get into it. But before we get into the laws, I want you to understand something first. Something that most of the people completely ignore when they plan to move abroad. Germany consistently ranks among the world's most efficient, organized and high trust society. And when you look at why, the answer is not just education, money or technology. The answer is much more fundamental. It's very simple. The rules. And more importantly, the collective respect for those rules. You have to understand that German society is built on a concept called Ordnung, which literally translates to order. It's not just a word, it's a philosophy. It's the invisible agreement between every person in this country that says, I will do my part so that everyone around me can live comfortably. And this is where the cultural gap begins for most of us coming from India. Back at home, we are wired differently. Not because we are wrong, but because our systems are built differently. In India, finding a jugaad is celebrated. It's creativity, it's survival. But here in Germany, finding a jugaad can be a serious violation. Let's think about it this way. When everyone follows the rule, something really beautiful happens. Trust builds. And where trust builds, comfort automatically follows it. You don't lock your bicycle with 3 locks here. You don't wonder if the train will show up or not. Even you're not worried about someone cutting the queue. It's simple. The system works here because people respect it. Now here's the part that directly affects you as an international student. When you move to Germany, you are not just moving here for the studies. You are entering a society. And that society has some unspoken expectations that you will integrate. Not assimilate, integrate. There's a difference. Assimilation means losing who you are. And integration means understanding where you are and choosing to respect it. You keep your identity, you keep your culture, but you adapt your behavior to the shared values of the place you now want to call home. And the very first building block of that integration, the most basic, the most non-negotiable foundation is following the rules. Not because you fear the fine, but because you understand what these rules protect. They protect peace, they protect trust, they protect the quality of life you came here seeking from the place you are not getting it. So with that context in mind, let's talk about 10 laws that most Indian students don't know exist. Laws rooted in this exact culture of order and laws that if you are carrying certain habits from back home can seriously put you in real trouble. Law number 1, and this one will genuinely surprise you. In Germany, Sunday is not just a day off, it is legally protected and the law is called Sonntagsruhe. No loud music, no drilling, no vacuuming, no washing machine, no mowing the lawn. Even moving the furnitures can get you reported. Now just think about a Sunday back in India. It's the day everyone catches up. You clean the house. Pressure cooker literally goes mad in the kitchen. You're playing music. People are shouting across the balconies. It's normal, it's active, it's live. But here in Germany, that exact same scenario on Sunday can end up with a knock on your door, either from your neighbor or even worse, the police itself. And it does not stop there. Even on weekdays, Germany has legally enforced quiet hours called Ruhezeit. You cannot make loud noise from 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. on weekdays. And in many states, no loud noise between 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, which is the afternoon rest window. Don't mistake them as a building rules and compare them from India. These are not your society rules. These are the state enforced laws. Now let's just understand why this law exists. This law exists because German society believes that rest is a collective right, not just a personal choice. So technically, when you make noise, you are stealing someone else's peace. And this principle has been legally enforced here for over 100 years. So my message to you is that if you are someone who cannot function without noise or chaos on weekends, Germany will test your patience. So plan your laundry, your cleaning, your parties. Do it on Saturday. Sunday is sacred here, legally. Law number 2. This one I guarantee that every Indian student has already broken it without knowing. In Germany, crossing the road when the pedestrian light is red, even if the road is completely empty, is illegal. Fine up to 15 euros. And if a child is watching you cross, the fine increases. Because you are setting a dangerous example for a minor, German law takes that very seriously. In India, waiting for a green light when there are 0 cars coming feels almost foolish. We cross, everyone crosses. Traffic is a negotiation in India and not a rule. But in Germany, that instinct will cost you and it will make you look like someone who does not belong here. Now let's understand why this law exists. This law exists because Germany's road safety system is built on absolute predictability. Every pedestrian, every driver knows exactly what everyone else will do. The moment you break that, even on an empty road, you introduce unpredictability into a very robust system which was previously designed to eliminate accidents. And the consequences of this you cannot even imagine. So my request to you will be that if you are someone who has never waited for a green light in your life, start practicing it before your flight lands. Law number 3. This is the one that can silently destroy your life in Germany before it begins. It is called Anmeldung, address registration. Within 14 days of moving into any accommodation, you are legally required to register your address at the local Bürgeramt. This is a federal law. Now let's understand what happens if you don't register. register. No bank account, no German SIM card, no student ID processing, no health insurance, no tax ID. You exist physically, but legally you do not exist at all. Every single system in this country is directly connected to your registered address. Without it, nothing works. In India, we move cities, change houses, shift hostels. Nobody cares for a registration. Your address is just where your parents live. But here, your address is your legal identity. It is the foundation of everything. So I would suggest that if you are planning to come here and stay with a friend just to save some amount of money or skip city registration, please don't do it. Now I just told you about Anmeldung, Ruhezeit, noise rules and all of this. I know what you are thinking. How am I supposed to keep a track of all this before I even land in Germany? Honestly, that is why I want to tell you about Movein 24. Think of it as your personal guide from India to Germany. You open the app, you tell it your nationality, why you are coming, study, work, family, and it instantly builds you a personalized step-by-step checklist. This app brings so many things together that you do not miss anything. Everything from preparing your CV, university application, gathering documents, getting health insurance, bank account setup, driving license translation, family doctor registration, all the way to your first 2 weeks in Germany, and in the right order, nothing missed. And that's not even the best part. The best part is it has a built-in AI assistant called Leah. You can literally ask her anything about moving to Germany and she answers based on your specific situation. And it is also available in Hindi. No hidden fees ever. The link is in the description. Download it before you start your journey. It will save you from a lot of confusion and lot of costly mistakes. Now coming back to our video, law number 4. This one will make you feel like you need to write a degree just to throw the trash. Germany has one of the world's strictest waste separation systems. There are 5 different kinds of bins. Yellow for plastics, blue for paper, brown for bio waste, and black for general purpose waste. Throw the wrong thing in the wrong bin and you can be reported and fined. In India, there is only one bin. Sometimes there is no bin. In Germany, there is nobody sorting it out for you later. You sort it every time without exception. This law exists because Germany recycles almost 65% of its waste. That number is only possible because every citizen participates into it. For example, if you throw plastic in the black bin, you contaminate the whole batch of recyclable material, and this costs a lot of money to the system. Let me be very honest with you. If you are a person who throws wrappers out of a moving vehicle, leaves trash at a picnic spot, or has never thought twice about where your garbage actually goes, then you are carrying a habit which will seriously get you into trouble in Germany. Back in India, civic sense around cleanliness was not something most of us were taught strictly. We grew up in a system where someone else always cleaned up after us. The Safai wala, the Kaam wali bai, the municipal corporation workers, or someone else. But in Germany, things does not work like that. Germans have a deep love for nature. They hike, they protect their forests, they separate their trash because they genuinely believe that environment belongs to everyone and everyone is responsible for it. If you are not that kind of person, I would request to change yourself and become that person before you come here. And here's the tip that will actually save you some money. The Fund system. Plastic bottles have deposit built into the price. Return them at any supermarket and get that money back. It's the law working in your favor. Use it. Law number 5. For the smokers in the audience, pay close attention. Smoking in Germany is heavily restricted by federal and state laws. No smoking inside any public building. Restaurants, bars, universities, hospitals, and public transport areas. Many residential buildings also prohibit smoking in shared spaces like staircases and hallways. In India, smoking culture is totally different. People smoke in staircases, on balconies, in hallways, outside the shop, near entrance, without much thought. But in Germany, if you smoke in a restricted area, your neighbors and building management can report you. You can be fined, and in rented accommodation, this can be a reason for your contract termination. This law exists because Germany treats passive smoking as a health violation and not just a social inconvenience. Your right to smoke ends where someone else's right to breathe clean air begins, and the law enforces that very clearly. If you smoke, just find a designated smoking area. They exist everywhere. Please use them. And check your contract before moving in. Many contracts explicitly prohibit indoor smoking. Violating that clause can cost you your deposit money and can also end up in the termination of your contract. Law number 6, and this is the one that has gotten more Indian students into serious trouble than almost any other. Traveling on a public transport without a ticket is called Schwarzfahren. And here's the thing what most people don't understand, that this is not a civil fine. Under the Act 265A of German Criminal Code, it's a criminal offense. You are not just being fined, you can get a criminal record behind your name. Though standard penalty is just 60 euros on the spot, but repeated offenses can lead to prosecution. In India, beating the system feels like a small victory. Jumping the metro barriers, not buying a platform ticket, it feels harmless because the consequence is usually nothing. In Germany, plain clothes inspector ride with you. There are no barriers to jump. The check comes to you, and when it does, there is no negotiation. One criminal record entry can affect your visa renewal, your residence permits, and your future job prospects here. It is never worth it. So please think before you act. Law number 7. This is the one normally no one talks about. In Germany, verbally insulting someone, publicly humiliating them, or sending them abusive message is a criminal offense under the Act 185 of Criminal Code. It is called Beleidigung. Penalties up to 2 years in the prison or heavy fines. This applies in person, online, or even in the private messages if reported. If we compare this situation with India, in India, arguments get loud. Insults fly in traffic. When someone cuts the queue, harsh words are exchanged. It's emotional. it passes. Nobody goes and files a case. But in Germany, the person you just insulted in a moment of frustration can literally walk into a police station and file a complaint against you, and it will be taken seriously. This law exists because Germany treats human dignity as a constitutionally protected asset. Article 1 of the German Basic Law states that human dignity is inviolable. An insult is not just rude, it's a violation of the constitutional right. So my advice to you will be that if you are a guy with a short temper, Germany will demand that you develop a filter, because here words have legal consequences every single time. Law number 8. In the age of Instagram and Reels, this one is more relevant than ever. In Germany, photographing or filming a person without their explicit consent and publishing that content even on social media, it's illegal under the Kunst Urheberrechtsverletzung. This applies to strangers on the streets, people in the cafes, fellow students, or anyone. In India, content creators film everywhere: streets, markets, public transport. Nobody thinks twice. But in Germany, filming someone without their consent can result in a civil lawsuit and a criminal complaint, even if their face is visible in the background of your reel. This law exists because privacy is treated as a fundamental human right in Germany. The culture here places enormous value on personal boundaries and individual dignities. It is not just a legal formality. It is a deeply held social value that every resident is expected to respect. So my suggestion to you will be that if you create content, always blur faces of the people who have not consented. One complaint can get your content taken down, your account flagged, and you facing legal action. Law number 9, one of the most dangerous one for your entire future in Germany. As an international student, your visa permits you to work maximum of 120 full days and 240 half days per year. That totals to roughly 20 hours per week during your semester. Working beyond this limit, even by a week, is a violation of your residence permit, and the consequence is not just fine. It can mean visa cancellation or even deportation. In India, working hard, let's say multiple jobs, extra hours, extra shifts, whatever it takes, is celebrated. Now just understand what happens. When students come to Germany and struggle financially, the instinct is to work more. Take an extra shift, don't declare it. Nobody will know. But here, employer report hours, tax record exists, and the Ausländer Behörde has access to all of it. This law exists because your student visa is technically designed for studying and not for a full-time job. The moment your primary activity shifts from studying to work, your student visa is violated. Now you are in a different legal category entirely, and your student visa no longer protects you. So my suggestion to you will be, if you need more money, look for positions at your university, apply for student jobs, or speak for suggestions to your international student office. These are the legal paths and you should take them. And the final law number 10. I saved this for the last because this is the one which will shock you the most. In Germany, downloading movies, TV shows, music, or any copyrighted content illegally is a serious violation of Urheberrechtsverletzung, the German copyright law. And here is the part that shocks every Indian student. Law firms in Germany actively monitor torrent network. The moment your IP address is detected, and trust me, it will be detected, a lawyer's letter lands at your registered address. It is called Abmahnung, a formal legal warning with a payment demand. We are talking anywhere between 500 to 1500 euros or more for one movie, for one song, for one episode. In India, torrenting is so normalized that nobody even think of it as illegal. We grew up with it. Free movies, free music, cracked version softwares. It's just how things work back at home. But in Germany, that same habit on your laptop can result in a legal letter within days. And because Anmeldung, that is your address, is on the record, and exactly they know where to find you. This law exists because Germany takes intellectual property very seriously. Artists, filmmakers, musicians, their work is actually protected here. And the legal industry built around enforcing that protection is massive and very efficient. So I would suggest that if you want to watch movies, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, all have student deals. Please use them. Because one Abmahnung costs more than full year of any streaming subscription. And to be honest, ignoring that letter, don't ask me, will make it more worse. When I first came to Germany, I did not know the half of what I just told you. I learned most of it the hard ways, through awkward moments, through mistakes, through neighbors giving me looks I didn't understand at the time. I made this video so you don't have to go through that. You have to understand that Germany didn't become one of the most organized, peaceful, and efficient societies by accident. It happened because millions of people for generation made a choice, a simple choice, to follow the rules, not out of fear, but out of respect for each other and for the life they wanted to build together. You are now entering that society, and now you have the same choice to make. Germany is an incredible place, and you deserve to feel like you belong here, not just survive here. The choice is yours. Make the right one. And that being said, I am Vikas. This was the Real Talk. I'll see you in the next one.